Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Ram,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare Ram
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Hare Hare Ram
Hare Ram, 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 Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram, Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna 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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Hare
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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna 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 Krishna, Krishna 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna 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 Krishna, Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Krishna, Krishna 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 Krishna, Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Krishna, Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Krishna 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 Hare Rama Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dhanyavad pranam. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. We have Lokesh. Lokesh is from New York.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I'm from Atlanta.
Atlanta. Okay.
I joined for the first time.
Okay. Sure. So you're associated with the ISKCON Atlanta temple there.
Yes, Prabhuji. But this connection, I got it from one of my friends in Chennai. He used to be in US probably 10 years ago. I think he used to join.
Vishwanath?
Exactly, Prabhuji. Vishwanath Musunuri.
Okay, so we read Bhagavatam like we are reading only the verses because we read this before, but we read Bhagavatam. So one part is that we read the verses, one chapter every day, only the translations, and then there's another part of the Bhagavatam where we read the verses and the purport and then discuss in detail. So this is now we are on the 10th canto. So in this also there are two parts. It's a little complicated. One day we read 10 canto, another day we read, the next day we alternate. So next day we read the second or third canto wherever we are, and then we start from there. So chapter 12, the killing of demon Aghasur. So somebody like to start, and we read like 5 verses each, so that everybody gets a chance to read. And how many verses are there in this chapter? There are 44 verses. Okay. So chapter 12. So far, which demons have been killed by Krishna? Putana,
Shakatasur, Trinavarth, Bakasur,
Vatsasur.
Vatsasur.
And he has also delivered the
Yamalarjun,
the sons of Kuvera. Yeah, Nala Kuvera, Manikuvera. So far now, killing of demon Aghasur. Okay, so somebody like to read this introduction and then the first 5 verses. So
I can read.
Okay.
This chapter describes in detail Krishna's pastime of killing Aghasur. One day, Krishna wanted to enjoy a picnic lunch within the forest, and therefore he went out early into the forest with the other cowherd boys, accompanied by their respective groups of calves. While they were enjoying their picnic, Aghasur, the younger brother of Putana and Bakasur, appeared there, desiring to kill Krishna and his companions. The demon who had been sent by Kansa assumed the form of a python, expanding himself to a length of 8 miles and the height of a mountain. His mouth seemed to extend from the surface of the earth to the heavenly planets. Having assumed this feature, Aghasur lay on the road. Krishna's friends, the cowherd boys, thought that the demon's form was one of the beautiful spots of Vrindavan. Thus they wanted to enter within the mouth of this gigantic python. The gigantic figure of the python became a subject of their sporting pleasure, and they began to laugh, confident that even if this figure were dangerous, Krishna was there to protect them. In this way, they proceeded towards the mouth of the gigantic figure. Krishna knew everything about Aghasur, and therefore he wanted to forbid his friends to enter the demon's mouth. But in the meantime, all the cowherd boys, along with their groups of calves, entered the mouth of that gigantic figure. Krishna was waiting outside, and Aghasur was waiting for Krishna, thinking that as soon as Krishna entered, he would close his mouth so that everyone would die. While waiting for Krishna, he refrained from swallowing the boys. In the meantime, Krishna was thinking of how to save the boys and kill Aghasur. Thus he entered the mouth of the gigantic Asura, and when he was within the demon's mouth along with his friends, he expanded his body to such an extent that the Asura suffocated and died. After this, Krishna, by casting his nectarian glance upon his friends, brought them back to life, and with pleasure they all came out unhurt. Thus Krishna encouraged all the demigods, and they expressed their pleasure and happiness. For a crooked, sinful person, there is no scope for Sayujya Mukti, or becoming one with the effulgence of Krishna, but because the Supreme Personality of God had entered the body of Aghasur by his touch, this demon got the opportunity to merge into the existence of the Brahman effulgence and thus attained Sayujya Mukti. When this pastime was performed, Krishna was only 5 years old. 1 year later, when he was 6 years old and he stepped into the Poganda age, this pastime was disclosed to the inhabitants of Raj. Parikshit Maharaj inquired, why is it that this pastime was disclosed only after 1 year? and yet the inhabitants of Raj thought that it had been performed that very day. With this question, the 12th chapter ends. Okay, I'll read the first 5 verses. Shukdev Goswami continued, O king, one day Krishna decided to take his breakfast as a picnic in the forest. Having risen early in the morning, he blew his bugle made of horn and woke all the cowherd boys and calves with its beautiful sound. And the boys, keeping their respective groups of calves before them, proceeded from Rajbhumi to the forest. Okay, so Krishna is 5 years old at this point, and yeah, so they want to have picnic in the forest, and Krishna plays his bugle and the horn to wake up all the boys and the calves. And typically in the morning, Krishna is in the front, the cows are at the back, but here it says that the calves are in the front. So like in the morning and evening, it's different, right? In the evening, Krishna is at the back because you want to make sure none of the cows are remaining. But in the morning, Krishna is in the front. But here it says that, yeah, calves are in the front. That's fine. At that time, hundreds and thousands of cowherd boys came out of their respective homes in Vrajbhumi and joined Krishna, keeping before them the hundreds and thousands of groups of calves. The boys were very beautiful, and they were equipped with lunch bags, bugles, flutes, and sticks for controlling the calves. So everybody has packed their lunch bags, and everybody has actually flutes and bugles and sticks. And there are hundreds and thousands of cowherd boys joining Krishna. So many. Along with the cowherd boys and their own groups of calves, Krishna came out with an unlimited number of calves assembled. Then all the boys began to sport in the forest in a greatly playful spirit. So every boy has his own group of calves, and Krishna has, it says, unlimited number of calves. Because we know he had 900,000 cows, but calves, he has many, unlimited.
It just means, I think it's a large number of cows were there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they all started playing. Okay, then.
Although all these boys were already decorated by their mothers with ornaments of kach, gunja, pearls, and gold, when they went into the forest, they further decorated themselves with fruits, green leaves, bunches of flowers, peacock feathers, and soft minerals. So they will decorate each other with forest minerals and peacock feathers and leaves and fruits. All the cowherd boys used to steal one another's lunch bags. When a boy came to understand that his bag had been taken away, the other boys would throw it farther away to a more distant place, and those standing there would throw it still farther. When the proprietor of a bag became disappointed, the other boys would laugh, the proprietor would cry, and then the bag would be returned. So yeah, in this pastime, Prabhupada was meditating on a picture of Krishna and Balram, and he was saying that Krishna's mother packs him a very nice lunch bag with kachoris and laddus and puri and sabzi, while the other boys, they have a very simple lunch bag, so they would steal Krishna's lunch bag and they will throw to each other, and then they will throw back their own lunch bag to Krishna. So Krishna had to eat theirs. So this is the pastime.
Okay.
So in this pastime, Balram was not there, bro. Generally, Balram is mentioned, Krishna and Balram with cowherd boys. I know that in the Kaliya pastime, he was kept at home.
Here
But here also, right? Yeah.
his birthday was there, so he did not join that day. Yeah. Okay.
because on the same day being this Brahma Vimohan Leela happened.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Next.
Can I read then?
Yeah.
Fine. Okay. Sometimes Krishna would go to a somewhat distant place to see the beauty of the forest. Then all the other boys would run to accompany him, each one saying, each one saying, I shall be the first to run and touch Krishna. I shall touch Krishna first. In this way, they enjoyed life by repeatedly touching Krishna. So, yeah, they were enjoying the cowherd boys, and they were playing with Krishna. So, how they are, I think the next is talking about that they are so lucky. I mean, they are so fortunate to be in the association of Krishna, playing with Krishna, dancing with Krishna, eat with Krishna. So,
Yeah, and Prabhupada says we can also touch Krishna. How? With our
by
tongue.
the holy name, yeah, by
Through a
chanting the holy
tongue.
name of Krishna.
With our
Yeah,
tongue.
the same benefit he said that those who Dhruva Maharaj and Prahlad Maharaj gets, we also get the same benefit by touching the holy name of the Lord through tongue.
Okay, so this is the last part of the verse. If you want, this is, I think, we have
This
memorized
is
this
the words.
verse. Yeah.
इत्थं सतां ब्रह्मसुखानुभूत्या दास्यं गतानां परदैवत्नि तेन मायाश्रितानां नरदारकेन साकं विजृकृतपुण्यपुञ्जा. All the boys would be differently engaged. Some boys blew their flutes, and others blew bugles made of horn. Some imitated the buzzing of the bumblebees, and others imitated the voice of the cuckoos. Some boys imitated flying birds by running after the birds' shadow on the ground. Some imitated the beautiful movements and attractive postures of the swans. Some sat down with the ducks, sitting silently, and others imitated the dancing of the peacocks. Some boys attracted young monkeys in the trees. Some jumped into the trees, imitating the monkeys. Some made faces as the monkeys were accustomed to do, and others jumped from one branch to another. Some boys went to the waterfalls and crossed over the river, jumping with the frogs, and when they saw their own reflection on the water, they would laugh. They would also condemn the sound of their own echoes. In this way, all the cowherd boys used to play with Krishna, who is the source of Brahman effulgence for Gyanis, desiring to merge into the effulgence, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead for devotee, who have accepted eternal servitorship, and who for ordinary person is but another ordinary child. The cowherd boys, having accumulated the results of her pious activities for many lives, were able to associate in this way with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. How one can how can one explain their great fortune? So yeah, Krishna is, we say that how the cowherd friends are enjoying with Krishna, and they were playing, and the same supreme personality who is a source of, like, the gyanis wanted to merge with Krishna in the effulgence, and so they here is like, this, but the associates of Rajbhumi, and they are getting the his association, Krishna's personal association, so they are so fortunate than the gyanis and the karmis. I mean, they don't get Krishna, but the siddhas who are yogis, they are just meditating on the Krishnas and many lifetimes. But here, the eternal associates who are so fortunate surpasses that all the gyanis and dasya bhaktas is talking about, like who have accepted the eternal servitorship.
I
But
think
yeah,
Vaishnav.
this. Mhm. Yeah. Um, Yeah, and he's talking about they accumulate the results of pious activity. So it's not a material piety, right? It is the activities who is a spiritual piety, like the activities who's pleasing to Krishna, and so that they accumulated for many lifetimes. Then they got this fortune to be associated with Krishna, because with the love of the God, Krishna can be controlled by their devotees. Um, so yeah, there's a. It's not talking about the material piety or good deeds. It's talking about the activities, the spiritual activities.
Okay. Next, who's going to read? So we can read till 50. Somebody like to read? Lokesh, you would like to read the verse? 3-4 verses.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yogis may undergo severe austerities and penances for many births by practicing yama, niyama, asana, and pranayama, none of which are easily performed. Yet, in due course of time, when these yogis attain the perfection of controlling the mind, they will still be unable to taste even a particle of dust, the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. What then can we describe about the great fortune of the inhabitants of Rajbhumi, Vrindavana, with whom the Supreme Personality of Godhead personally lived and who saw the Lord face to face? So, uh, the yogis and who performed severe uh, austerities, like they're practicing all this pranayama and all, they could not even, even though they control the mind, they could not even reach a single particle of the lotus feet, dust from the lotus feet of Krishna. Whereas the inhabitants, the friends of Krishna, they're very fortunate to play with him, live with him, see him face to face. I even I think Brahma, Lord Brahma, and all, they never got a chance to see Vishnu, Krishna anywhere. Even like whenever they want to pass some message, they only pass it through uh, a transcendental way of passing the message. But I think they never got a chance to see Krishna face to face and play with him. And inhabitants in Rajbhumi, they are very lucky, and I think they got they did a lot of pious activities in like their many lives to get in here.
Okay, thank you. Next verse we can read. You can read. Till 15 you can read, yeah.
Okay, Prabhuji. My dear King Parikshit, thereafter there appeared a great demon named Aghasura, whose death was being awaited even by the demigods. The demigods drank nectar every day, but still they feared this great demon and awaited his death. This demon could not tolerate the transcendental pleasure being enjoyed in the forest by the cowherd boys. So I think there they continued with King Parikshit. They came to next topic about the demon named Aghasura, where even though the demigods they were having this amrut, the nectar every day, they still fear because of this demon, and they are waiting like when he will be gone. And this demon, like he came, but he could not um, tolerate the transcendental pressure in the forest by coward boys and started attacking. Um, Text 14. Aghasura, who had been sent by Kamsa, was the younger brother of Putana and Bakasura. Therefore, when he came and saw Krishna at the head of all the cowherd boys, he thought, Krishna was killed by my sister. Oh, sorry. Krishna has killed my sister and brother, Putana and Bakasura. Therefore, in order to please them both, I shall kill this Krishna, along with his assistants, the other cohort boys. So Aghasura was one of the demons of Kamsa, and Kamsa is like already sent for like first Putana to kill Krishna and then Bakasura, but both of them were died in Krishna's hands. Like um, so, Aghasura has been thinking that Krishna has killed both of them, and he wants to take the revenge on Krishna. And along with Krishna, he also wants to kill all his friends, and that's how he came here, and he is trying to kill Krishna now. Aghasura thought, if somehow or other I can make Krishna and his associates serve as the last offering of sesame and water for the departed souls of my brother and sister, then the inhabitants of Richbhumi, for whom these boys are the life and soul, will automatically die. If there is no life, there is no need for the body. Consequently, when their sons are dead, naturally all the inhabitants of Raja will die. So basically, Aghasura was trying to take the revenge. And the logic what he found was like if he kill all their children, ultimately all the inhabitants of Raja will die because their children were gone. Like that, Aghasura was trying to take revenge on children from Rajbhumi.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay. Next, who wants to read? Krishna Prasad, Vaishali, Deepthi, Aishwarya, Sonia. Anybody like to read next? Verses.
I can read, Prabhuji.
Go ahead.
After thus deciding, the crooked Aghasura assumed the form of a huge python, as thick as a big mountain and as long as 8 miles. Having assumed this wonderful python's body, he spread his mouth like a big cave in the mountains and lay down on the road, expecting to swallow Krishna and his associates, the cowherd boys.
Okay. So his Putana was also how long? This 8 miles.
12 miles.
12 miles. Little bit more.
So Putana is a demon, right? Not a snake.
No,
Putana is sister of Aghasura.
Okay. So that Putana, this Putana is different or the same who tried to take baby Krishna and give poison milk?
Yeah, that's same Putana.
Okay.
Okay, so he just opened his mouth and he laid down, 8 miles long, opened his mouth wide and thinking that they will come inside. Krishna and the cowherd boys. Okay. Next verse will read.
His lower lip rested on the surface of the earth, and his upper lip was touching the clouds in the sky. The borders of his mouth resembled the sides of a big cave in a mountain, and the middle of his mouth was dark as possible. His tongue resembled a broad traffic way. His breath was like a warm wind, and his eyes blazed like fire. Amazing.
That's the description of how he was. Okay.
Upon seeing this demon's wonderful form, which resembled a great python, the boys thought that it must be a beautiful scenic spot of Vrindavan. Thereafter, they imagined it to be similar to the mouth of a great python. In other words, the boys, unafraid, thought that it was a statue made in the shape of a great python for the enjoyment of their pastimes. So basically, cowherd boys were unaware that it was a like real python. They was just thinking like to enjoy. It was made for their enjoyment.
Mm. Like a statue, like
Mhm.
Disney World or something. I thought we have come to Disney World. We never come. We never came to this part of this. We never discovered this part of Vrindavan where there is such a nice thing for enjoyment. Okay, so
The boy said, "Dear friends, is this creature dead or it is actually living a python? A living python with its mouth spread wide just to swallow us all. Kindly clear up this doubt." So they were discussing among themselves, I think so.
is it living or is it dead or is it just some statue? What is it like?
Mhm. Mhm. Thereafter, they decided, "Dear friends, this is certainly an animal sitting here to swallow us all. Its upper lip resembles a cloud reddened by a sunshine, and its lower lip resembles the reddish shadows of a cloud." They were coming to a conclusion that it is a python. I mean, it's a demon.
Okay. So next, who's going to read? So they want to read.
I can read for you. On the left and right, the two depressions resembling mountain caves are the corners of its mouth, and the high mountain peaks are its teeth. So they are describing about Agasura. In length and breadth, the animal tongue resembles a broad traffic way, and the inside of its mouth is very, very dark, like a cave in the mountain.
Tongue is like a traffic way, highway. So so broad. Okay. Mouth is dark. There's a cave. Okay.
The hot, fiery wind in the breath coming out of his mouth, which was kicking off the bad smell of burning flesh because of all the dead bodies he has eaten. Mm. So this should be a good, good reason for them to stop right there,
Yeah,
right?
that's what I was thinking also.
Yeah.
Yeah. So see, let's see
That's,
what they are saying. All these things they are just talking, and now let's see
mm,
what made them enter.
mm. Then the boy said, "Has this living creature come to swallow us? If he does so, he will immediately be killed like Bakasura without delay." Thus they looked at the beautiful face of Krishna, the enemy of Bakasura, and laughing loudly and clapping their hands, they entered the mouth of the python.
So
I
they
think
become,
they,
yeah, they become fearless because
yeah, they said, okay, if even if it is a demon like Bakasura, um, Krishna will save us, right?
yes, they are very explore. They like to explore like different things. So they are not afraid to explore because
Yeah. The,
Krishna is with them.
mm,
So they have that. Krishna will protect. Like we say, you can completely surrender
mm,
when uh, you have the faith. What is the faith? Rakshasha iti Vishwasha.
Avashya Raksha.
Avashya Rakshana
mm,
Avashya
Krishna.
Rakshana Krishna.
Yeah. Or Krishna will maintain me. Krishna will protect me.
mm,
So when you have that faith in Krishna, then you can surrender. Then you can give up
mm,
everything else and just engage in service of Krishna.
mm,
You don't have to depend on any ordinary thing. You just depend on Krishna and you just serve him. Okay.
And Amrin Prabhu was saying that like when the cowherd boys were entering into the Aghasur mouth and they look back to Krishna, so said, okay, whatever will happen, Krishna will save us. So whenever we face this world, going outside, there's so many challenges in our life. So we always go to the Krishna and pray to the Krishna that, okay, I'm going to face this world, Krishna. Maybe so many challenges, things will come, but you be with me. And in that prayer mode, we always carry Krishna and then face the world. So whatever will happen, Krishna will protect.
There's also a difference. These boys are playing. I mean, there's so many dangerous sports in this world, right? Ice skating and all. But there's a danger to the human body. So it is also Krishna's intelligence that he has given to us to be very careful, not to delve into dangerous situations.
Like we were hearing the class in Delachua. They went water rafting in
Hmm. They were
in
about to drown. Yeah.
so yeah, that is, see, for sense gratification, people are doing so many. They are doing scuba diving and parachute jumping, and because it's all they want enjoyment. It's all for sense enjoyment, and they are doing so many activities which are very very. Something can go wrong, like somebody died in the submarine some years back. They went down to the bottom, and then something failed, and they all died. Just to explore in that way, it's not also. But I'm just saying that I'm taking it another way, that if you depend on Krishna, that of course we don't have to. Krishna will give intelligence in the heart to not go into very dangerous situations. He is the intelligence of the intelligent also. Yeah. But from another point of view, Prabhupada also, he came to an unknown place. Of course, for the service of. So the thing is, here they are doing it for fun and enjoyment, right? The cowherd boys, they're just trying to see, okay, Krishna is there. But in material world, we should not do this kind of exploration for sense gratification. Oh, I want to go to the Himalayas. I want to climb on top of the Himalayas, and you may slip and
Or
fall. Yeah.
or go to a place where there is Maya. I will not fall down. I'm very strong devotee.
Correct.
I can like have this and that, and so we have to be fearful of falling down.
Falling down. Yes. So sense, yeah, we have to be fear of that sense gratification will stray me away from the path of Krishna consciousness. If I engage in sense gratification, or those things that will lead me to these things, then I'll miss the opportunity of getting the real happiness, right? Because sense gratification we are attracted to because it gives us happiness, right? But higher than that happiness is the happiness of spiritual life. And sense gratification also has a embedded misery in it also. So it has a lot of struggle and embedded misery and all these things. So so instead we should try to find enjoyment. And also, like, if you depend on Krishna, that's the Krishna wants that we should depend on him. And he Prabhupada said, yeah, you're humble when nobody can save you other than Krishna. Not your this, not that, not your material arrangement, not your gun, not your education, not your family. Nobody can save you other than Krishna. So, so here, this is the lesson I mean, they are doing exploration. They're just going inside, but for us, yeah,
Like Prabhupada also said, surrender with intelligence. Don't surrender your intelligence. Means Krishna has given you intelligence. You have to make the right choices. Not you make a choice and then you figure yourself in a pit and then you call out Krishna, please help me.
already we are in a mess in this material world. Means it's every step there is danger. Already we are in a messy situation in the cycle of birth and death. So don't let make it further messier, like we can say like that. So pray to Krishna, and like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Ainanda tanuja kinkaram patitam mam vishame bhavamudo. Then kripaya.
कृपया तव पाद पंकज स्थिता धूलि सदृशं विचिन्त्य.
Okay, Krishna, please help me. I'm in this ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up. So yeah, that we have to always remember. Okay.
So
Prabhuji, correct
Prabhuji,
me on one thing,
Go ahead.
if you don't mind. So I think we should never call Krishna for help. Krishna knows, like, that he has to take care of his children, and he'll definitely take care of us, like, in every situation.
Yeah, Prabhupada says this, that the Akama devotees and Sakama devotees, the demigods, whenever they're in distress, they go to Krishna. But the Akama devotee, the pure devotee, he writes in one purport like that they don't, because they don't disturb Krishna for anything. They just want to do
Right.
service to Krishna. But saying that, if somebody is in distress, like Draupadi or Gajendra,
Mhm.
they are in distress and they are calling out to Krishna. So that is also ultimately the material world is arranged in such a way that we call out to Krishna for help, we take his shelter.
Yeah. Yesterday only we were reading this verse, Chaturvida Badhante Mam Jana Sukritin Arjuna. Artho Jagyasu Artharthi Gyani Cha Bhartarshava. Artho means those who are distressed, and Krishna is saying these are all four kinds of pious men who come to me in need of, when they're distressed or they want wealth. And so he's saying these people have sukriti, and that's why they're coming to me. So Krishna is not denying or telling them why are they coming to me. Actually, akam sarva kam moksha kam udardi. Even if you have material desires, even if you want mukti or you don't want anything, you should worship Krishna, call out to Krishna, approach Krishna.
Yeah, there are
It's a
different levels of, yeah. So the pure devotee, we say, na dhanam. I don't. So the demigods are worshipping, like, because Indra is threatened because he wants to enjoy in the material world. And when there is an obstacle, you know, then they all go. So you are praying to Krishna, um, because you are attached to your way of enjoyment, and when it doesn't go the way you want, then you pray to Krishna, Krishna, please help me, Krishna. That's also very good, as you were saying. In distress, Dhruva Maharaj started in distress. And then those who are pure devotees, like Prahlad Maharaj, and of course, this same Dhruva Maharaj, at the end, he says, what? Swamin Kritharto,
Asmi
Swamin
Varam Mayache.
Varamayache. So,
Thana Abhilashi.
yeah, so in the beginning, yes, and it is an impetus, but as one makes spiritual advancement and becomes completely purified. But there is a life-threatening situation for Draupadi, like it was like very bad, and
Mhm.
so her prestige
Well,
was at stake.
we can act at our level.
Level of
We,
consciousness.
like, if we are in pain and we need something, like we need a job and to sustain in this world, we may not be at the purest level, so we should not try to imitate those who are the pure. We can be at whatever level we are and approach Krishna and worship, chant Hare Krishna, and over the time, we'll become purified.
Yeah, so there's.
Even the chanting of Hare Krishna is also calling out to Krishna, right? That we are calling it. That's a different thing that you're saying, the material desires. But at every step, we need a Krishna's help, because ultimately we are helpless. We cannot go out of our anarthas by their own endeavor. We pray to the Krishna. We say that, right? We try and we cry for help. That Krishna, you help me to get out of these. The basic thing is that there's so many things is going on the mind, and mind makes us so miserable. So they're to get out of that platform, to go above on that platform, we need help. I mean, that's what I feel like. That's why we chant Hare Krishna, we call out Radha and Krishna,
So we call out
that
to
you
Krishna
come.
for purification of heart, to remove all the
Mhm.
anarthas, not so that he makes a nice situation for sense gratification. But that also, of course, if somebody wants, they can also approach Krishna for that. I mean, Dhruva Maharaj wanted initially a nice situation for, like he wanted to show, basically, subtle way that how great he is. So that also he approached, but then he became purified. So we cry to the Lord because I have so many anarthas in my heart, Krishna. I am not very good devotee. I want to become your devotee. I'm not even devotee. I'm struggling sadhaka, Krishna. I have so many material desires, lust, anger, greed. All these things are there in my heart. Please help me.
And Krishna also says it's very difficult to overcome this Maya. Devi Esha Gunamayi, Mama Maya Durattaya. So that's why we take shelter of Krishna, and shelter means we pray also to Krishna so that we become purified from all this material
Yeah,
desires.
actually, the meaning of the Hare Krishna mantra Prabhupada has said is Krishna, please engage me in your service. That is the highest prayer. I na dhanam na janam na sundaram mama janmani janmani shware. Lifetime after lifetime, I just want to be engaged in your service.
And service we say of 9 types, of which Vandanam is also one part of service. Vandanam is prayer to the Lord. So you can pray like we pray for, there are 4 components of a prayer, right? We ask the Lord for something spiritual, we beg for forgiveness, we can ask the Lord to remove, uh, like Prahlad Maharaj says, if you want, you can remove all the
Let
material
there be no material desires in the core of my heart.
heart. So there are prayers like that also by
Glorification and gratitude, thanking Krishna.
thanking Krishna, like that. So
Asking for spiritual.
yeah, some taste in serving you, Krishna. I want some taste. What is that? Prema, prema
प्रेम
dhan,
धन विना व्यर्थ दरिद्र जीवन दास कोरी वेतन मोरे देहो प्रेम धन.
So without love of Krishna, my life is vyartha, is useless. So I am engaged in your service, and in return, what I want dasa kori vetan more. Vetan is salary. Deho prem dhan. So give me love for you, taste for serving you, taste for chanting your holy name. So like that. So we want that. That's the highest prayer. I mean, the pure devotee prayer. And we are according to our level as we can pray. Something is bothering us, right? So Krishna.
We can also say that I have this desire, but only if it is good for my bhakti, Krishna, you can fulfill it. If not, then please don't ever fulfill it. Because some things we may ask for that may become an obstacle on our bhakti path. But if you so desire Krishna, if you think that this is good for my devotional life, you can, if you so desire, you can fulfill it. That's what Prabhupada, when he was sick and disciples wanted to pray for Prabhupada, he said, okay, you can pray like this. Krishna, if you so desire, you can heal our spiritual master.
Okay, any other comments you would like to give? Okay, so we are on 26. Who was reading?
I was reading Prabhuji.
Okay,
Did we
sorry.
read 25 or
26 we have to read. I think we read 25, yeah. No, we read
we
25.
didn't read?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, who is situated as Antaryami, the Super Soul, in the core of everyone's heart, heard the boys talking among themselves about the artificial python. Unknown to them, it was actual Aghasura, a demon who had appeared as a python. Krishna, knowing this, wanted to forbid his associates to enter the demon. Mm.
Krishna was saying, don't go, don't go.
Yeah, but yeah, it's all Leela, right? He could have stopped them, but he said, okay. He was, he was soft in telling them not to go, right? He really didn't give them that knowledge it is a demon.
Yeah, nothing happens without Krishna's sanction.
Yeah, so
So,
it's Leela.
yeah. But yeah, this is also, otherwise Aghasur would not be delivered and all these things would not have happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, one thing to add here, Krishna fulfills, all the desires. He's um, I don't know how to put it, but even the good and the bad desires, are sanctioned, fulfilled by him. So we just need to desire, uh, pure bhakti, and then he will take care of the rest.
Yeah,
Again, our endeavor. Yeah.
that's good. Important point. What we desire to enjoy independently of Him. So Krishna created this material world, and here we are in the cycle of birth and death, in the illusory state of end, because we wanted that to be like Krishna. So He created that. So whatever we desire, Krishna is. I mean, He reluctantly fulfills. He doesn't like it, but what can He do? We are stubborn. Prabhupada says like that. We are stubborn. We don't want to give up. We don't want to change
Mhm.
our nature. Yeah, so that is why He allows. And then through
So,
lessons, yeah, through difficulties,
mhm.
He brings
I
us.
don't know, sometimes we say that the child asks for poison, and Krishna is saying, I'm intelligent, I'm a father or mother, why would I give this child poison? Instead, I will give him nectar of my lotus feet.
Yeah.
So it depends. Sometimes he sanctions, sometimes he does not, and he frustrates us by not sanctioning it. And then we become pure that way also.
Yeah, so many people are eating cows right here in America and everywhere. So they're getting bad karma. So Krishna is allowing that, right? I mean, without sanction of Krishna, not a blade of grass can move. But does he like it that they are eating this meat and all this? No, he doesn't like it. But they've ignored Krishna. So the law of karma is there. Okay, go along. That's why when you take shelter of Krishna, then Krishna starts also taking more interest. Of course, he's interested in everybody because everybody is his child. But some children don't want to listen at all. Or we can say the devotees have not gone out. We should not blame them. We have not given them Prabhupada's books. We have not given them this knowledge. They don't know that eating cows or any meat is bad, is sinful. So they don't know about this. So it is our duty to go out and share this knowledge with others. It's better to take the blame on ourselves, right? Than to blame. Okay, but it doesn't mean that even if you approach everybody and they're going to take a book or they're going to hear what you have to say, because this is the place of criminals. This material world is a place of all criminals. So in the jail, you cannot expect everybody to be very nice and very obedient to. The very reason they are in jail because they have turned away from Krishna. So Prabhupada says, don't be surprised by how many leave, but be surprised by how many stay. So yeah, and Maya is so powerful also. So we can, today I'm here reading Bhagavatam. Tomorrow I don't know. Maya can attack and what will be Maya. So we should always feel vulnerable. Yeah, that Krishna, I don't know. I have no strength, but I depend on you, Krishna. So we should never be proud. I'm a good devotee and this and that. Then Krishna will create a situation like he did for Indra. And he became proud and then he was humiliated. So better to be always feel humble and vulnerable and yeah, like that. Take shelter of Krishna.
And as for safety, avoid situations that can make you fall down.
Yeah, we have this phrase, fools rush in where
Where
angels fear to
angels,
tread. Yeah, the fools will go in a situation where angels are saying, no, 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 that is a very, I will lose my, see, it's like something if you're valuable, diamond, and if you don't take proper care of it, you lose it. So if you've got this Krishna consciousness and like that, so that's the Bhakti Lata beach, that the creeper of devotional service is very fragile. So you have to build a fence. Then we have to protect others. We should not commit offenses to others, and also not put ourselves in situations where our bhakti will be compromised like that. So Actually, we are already in a compromise. We are in the kingdom of Maya. This is the, as Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Sakali tumar Maya, nahi mama bala, jnana sunirmala, swadhina nahe kaya, Gopinath, Gopinath. So, and my body is not under my control. We don't know what's going to happen in this body, and everywhere is this Abrahma stambha paryantam sarvamaya mayam jagat satyam satyam puna satyam harinameva kevalam. Okay, maybe that was the right tune, but harinameva kevalam. Yeah, so right from Brahma's abode down to the lowly clump of grass, Maya reigns here in this material world. So, okay, like somebody said to Prabhupada, Prabhupada, sometimes I fall into Maya. Prabhupada says, you are always in Maya. Sometimes you
Fall into Krishna.
Krishna God.
fall
Krishna.
into Krishna. So we are thinking we are very, but see how much we are Krishna conscious is judged by how much we remember Krishna. Conscious means you are aware, right? How much you remember Krishna. That is the. That is
And how
ultimately.
much you are talking about Krishna versus other topics.
Yes.
How much you are making others remember Krishna.
Yeah. If you remember what is on your mind, that will come out on your tongue and your actions. So, of course, sometimes we talk because we want to be recognized as a great devotee, or we want to, but we are not. We don't believe what we say. Also, so that is also sometimes a problem. But anyway, we are talking about Krishna, and
We should also introspect of where I am.
yeah, what we are talking, we should believe in it. What we are talking, and try to find faults in ourselves. Whether what I'm speaking, am I following? And if I'm not following, it doesn't mean I stop speaking about Krishna. But then I have to make my internal aligned with the external. So what I'm saying, that's why harmony in what body, mind, and words. They're all in harmony. What you speak, what you think, and what you do is all in harmony. So it's aligned. So of course, now we may say we should surrender to Krishna. I may not be fully surrendered to Krishna, but at least I have that aspiration that I want to surrender to Krishna. So that's how it is. Otherwise, talking is easy, like we say. Talking is easy, walking the talk is difficult. Okay, so, and we cannot do everything all at once because we are not, we have so many anarthas. But at least we can desire to be there. Like we say, if you don't, what do you say? We can have a desire to be there. Or if we don't have a desire, we can have a desire to have a desire. Something, somewhere. We can always desire. If we don't have the desire to have the desire, we can desire to have the desire to have the desire. So, all right. So anyway, too much talking. Now we'll read more. We'll read till 30th verse since we discussed. And then we'll hear some Bhagavad. Okay. Next verse. Dwarkadish Prabhu. Dwarkanath Prabhu.
Prabhuji, I read 5, right? You want me to read more?
Yeah, we'll read till 30, then we'll stop.
Okay. I can
He
read.
read till 25. He read.
Yeah, so I read till 5 of them.
7.
I think we have to read 26, Prabhu, right?
Some other devotee missed.
Any
other devotee wants, or I can read otherwise?
Oh, you already finished. Okay.
Yeah, I read 5.
Okay. I forgot. So who wants to read next? Any volunteers?
I can try.
Okay. Right.
In the meantime,
Okay.
while Krishna was considering how to stop them, all the cowherd boys entered the mouth of the demon. The demon, however, did not swallow them, for he was thinking of his own relatives who had been killed by Krishna, and was just waiting for Krishna to enter his mouth.
Okay, they all entered. So he still kept his mouth open, anticipating Krishna will also come. Then he will close his mouth. Okay.
Krishna saw that all the cowherd boys, who did not know anyone but him as their lord, had now gone out of his hand and were helpless, having entered like straws into the fire of the abdomen of Aghasur, who was death personified. It was intolerable for Krishna to be separated from his friends, the cowherd boys. However, as if seeing that this had been arranged by his eternal potency, Krishna was momentarily stuck with wonder and unsure of what to do. Oh, I didn't know he was unsure. Krishna being unsure of what to do. That's strange.
It's according to Yoga
Yeah.
Maya. It says it was arranged by his internal
Yeah.
tendency. So Krishna became a little bit, oh, what should I do now? Or they all went inside. Okay.
Now, what was to be done? How could both the killing of this demon and the saving of the devotees be performed simultaneously? Krishna, being unlimitedly potent, decided to wait for an intelligent means by which he could simultaneously save the boys and kill the demon. Then he entered the mouth of Aghasur.
Krishna was thinking and he entered. Okay.
When Krishna entered the mouth of Aghasur, the demigods, hidden behind the clouds, acclaimed, "Alas, alas!" Friends of Aghasur, like Kamsa and the other demons, were jubilant. When the invincible Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, heard the demigods crying, "Alas, alas!" from behind the clouds, he immediately enlarged himself within the demon's throat, just to save himself and the coward boys, his own associates, from the demon who wished to smash them.
Okay. So this is the first, I mean, this is the only time when Krishna kind of expanded, right? In this form, in killing the demons.
Yeah, I think first time, yeah.
Hmm. I heard some that he did in Kalia pastime also.
Yeah, there
Expand.
also he kind of little bit
When he was cold, yeah.
coiled. Yeah, yeah. There also he. So that Kalia felt tension in the coils because he
Right.
expanded and then he had to release him.
Yeah.
The Kalia pastime happened before this one, right? Or after
No,
this?
it is going to happen after.
After,
After,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the first time when like Krishna enlarged himself.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. So both were increasing. So maybe what's how many was? Should we read or we can finish the chapter?
If you want to, you can read quickly.
Okay, I can read some verses. Anybody else want to read? They can just read the translations. I mean, those who have not
Okay.
read yet. Anybody else who generally reads? I think Sonia reads, and Who else? Veena.
She said she's listening mode only.
Oh, she's in listening.
Yeah, I'm in listening mode. Which chapter are we? 10?
10th canto. Yeah.
Okay,
12th
10.
chapter. 12th chapter, verse number 31.
Okay, okay. I can read. Give me just a second.
Okay.
Yeah, nice discussions today. Chapter 10. One second, I'm getting it on my iPad.
It's also on the screen, right? But maybe you may be on the phone. So
Yeah, I'm on the phone. Yes, yes. 32
31.
or 30. Okay, 31. Okay. Chapter, sorry, which chapter?
It's 10th canto, 12th chapter. 12th
Oh,
chapter.
okay. Sorry. Okay. All right. 32, 31. Okay. All right. Then, because Krishna had increased the size of his body, the demon extended his own body to a very large size. Nonetheless, his breathing stopped. He suffocated, and his eyes rolled here and there and popped out. The demon's life air, however, could not pass through any outlet, and therefore it finally burst out through a hole in the top of the demon's head.
So both were increasing in size, right? So okay,
Yeah. When all the demon's life air had passed away through that hole in the top of his head, Krishna glanced over the dead calves and the coward boys and brought them back to life. Then Mukunda, who can give one liberation, came out of the demon's mouth with his friends and the calves. So Krishna came out. Is that from the mouth? Okay.
he made all of them alive who had died in
He made them all alive, and then he came out. Okay.
with his friends.
Yeah. From the body of the gigantic python, a glaring effulgence came out, illuminating all directions, and stayed individually in the sky until Krishna came out from the corpse's mouth. Then, as all the demons looked on, as all the demigods looked on, this effulgence entered into Krishna's body. So again, he got the python got, what is that called? When you Sayuj Mukti. Okay. Thereafter, everyone being pleased, the demigods began to shower flowers from Nandana Kanana. The celestial dancing girls began to dance, and the Gandharvas, who are famous for singing, offered songs of prayer. The drummers began to beat their kettle drums, and the Brahmanas offered Vedic hymns. In this way, both in the heavens and on the earth, everyone began to perform his own duties, glorifying the Lord. When Lord Brahma heard the wonderful ceremony going on near his planet, accompanied by music and songs and sounds of Jaya Jaya, he immediately came down to see the function. Upon seeing so much glorification of Lord Krishna, he was completely astonished.
Okay, next somebody wants to read, or I can read now. So you read 5 verses, so I can read. So this is Brahma is heard about Agasur's being killed, so he's coming to see Lord Krishna, and that's the beginning of Brahma Vimohan Leela, because after Agasur was killed, they will all be sitting on the bank of Yamuna and enjoying their lunch, and Brahma is seeing them from his swan. We have a nice picture. Brahma is on the swan, and all the cowherd boys are assembled on the bank of Yamuna, and they are sharing their lunch, and Krishna is eating the juta of his friends. That bewildered Brahma.
Mm.
Is this the person who killed Aghasur? Let me check out. Is he really the Supreme Lord? O King Parikshit, when the python-shaped body of Aghasur dried up into merely a big skin, okay, life went out. It became a wonderful place for the inhabitants of Vrindavan to visit, and it remained so for a long, long time. So the dead skin of the python became like a place for the inhabitants of Vrindavan to visit. Okay, this
Same
incident of
thing happened with Putana,
Putana
like because her body was emanating nice fragrance.
or Guru.
Right? Aguru. Yeah, here it became a nice place of sporting.
So all the foul smell that was coming out, or the breath that was coming out from her, must have become purified by Krishna's touch, and it must have become very fragrant because Krishna. So they all are coming there to visit. Okay. This incident of Krishna saving himself and his associates from death and of giving deliverance to Aghasur, who had assumed the form of Python, took place when Krishna was 5 years old. It was disclosed in Rajbhumi after 1 year, as if it had taken place on that very day. So normally when they would go home, all the cowherd boys would discuss what Krishna did. They'll tell their parents, this is what we experienced in the how we played, and but they didn't talk about this for 1 year. That's what
So I have two questions actually. I missed the beginning. So this story is different from Kaliya's. I had not heard of this story. And Aghasur, uh, what was the reason he got Sayuj Mukti?
because any demon who gets killed by Krishna can get Sayujya Mukti.
Actually, in the next verse, in the verse it says that he got Sarupya Mukti.
Okay,
Yeah,
Sayujya.
sorry.
That's
Yeah.
what I have heard.
Okay.
Because he provided a place for as a sporting place for his friends. So Krishna, like he's a,
Okay, so he did some service, so he got much little bit better.
Okay.
Yeah, he got Sarupya Mukti. Means having the same form as the Lord. So he's basically like one of the associates of the Lord in Vaikuntha. Krishna is the cause of all, or Vrindavan, wherever. Krishna is the cause of all causes. The causes and effects of the material world, both higher and lower, are all created by the Supreme Lord, the original controller. When Krishna appeared as the son of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda, he did so by his causeless mercy. Consequently, for him to exhibit his unlimited opulence was not at all wonderful. Indeed, he showed such great mercy that even Aghasur, the most sinful miscreant, was elevated to being one of his associates and achieving Sarupya Mukti, which is actually impossible for materially contaminated persons to attain. So this is like that other verse, Aho Bakiyam Stanakala Kutam. So he is so merciful that Aghasur also wanted to kill him, but he also got Sarupya Mukti. Like Putana came as a mother and she got the position of a mother. So here Aghasur will read about his past life, what happened. If even only once or even by force one brings the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead into one's mind, one can attain the supreme salvation by mercy of Krishna, as did Aghasur. So this is very, even only once, even by force, somehow one remembers Shyam Sundar.
that's the same thing that we have been hearing on the that Canto 7, Chapter 1. Uh, anyhow, somebody thinks of Krishna, they get benefited, even out of envy, anger, lust.
Yes. What then is to be said of those whose hearts the Supreme Personality of Godhead enters when he appears as an incarnation? Or those who always think of the lotus feet of the Lord, who is the source of transcendent bliss for all living entities, and by whom all illusion is completely removed. This is also a verse in the 6th canto of Bhagavatam. That Ajamil got so much, like he got liberation by chanting Namapas. So what to speak of those who chant the holy name in love? So what is their destination going to be? Something like
Mhm. Same thing happened in the Putana section, right?
hmm.
She dressed like a mother and gave Krishna milk to kill him. What if you willingly serve Krishna? What would happen for the cows and the other gopis who are serving Krishna out of love? What will Krishna give them?
Yeah. Only thing is that we should not make offenses to devotees. That's the main thing, because that is one that prevents Krishna from uh, showing his mercy. He is very merciful, but only this thing turns him off when we make offenses to his devotees. So, but generally, it's all because of anarthas, pride, and all these things. We make offenses. So all these things only. So the solution is devotional service only. That will only clean the heart, and then we'll make less offenses. But we should try also not to make offenses. So Shisuta Goswami said, "O learned saints, the childhood pastimes of Sri Krishna are very wonderful." Maharaj Parikshit, after hearing about those pastimes of Krishna, who had saved him in the womb of his mother, became steady in his mind, and again inquired from Shukdev Goswami to hear about those pious activities. So he had already seen Krishna in the womb. Now he's going to ask, why did they not talk for 1 year? Maharaj Parikshit inquired, O great sage, how good things done in the past have been described as being done at the present? Okay, it's now how many verses are there? Only 2, 3 verses. Okay, I'll just finish it. Or somebody like to read the next 4 verses, those who didn't read. Who is S? We have S as some guest. I don't know who that is. Okay, not saying anything. Maybe Shani can read some verses.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah, you are in position.
Continue Prabhuji. I'm not in position to read. I'm on my phone and
Okay.
doing some other things.
Okay. Janish
Sorry.
can read, right? Janish can read. Janish. No, no response. Amrita Sindhu Prabhu. Amrita Sindhu Das. You want to read? And who else? Gauri Devidasi wants to read. Okay, we're not getting response.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, listening or you doing home
Okay,
chores?
okay. No problem. Sridhar Priya Prabhu. Okay, so nobody wants to add this one.
So I'm in phone, Prabhuji, so it might take some time to.
Okay, then let's ask Madhav Kanda Prabhu who just joined. Would like to read?
Yes, Prabhu, I can read.
Okay, read this 41 then till the end of the chapter.
Maharaj Parikshit inquired, O great sage, how could things done in the past have been described as being done at the present? Lord Sri Krishna performed this pastime of killing Aghasur during his Kaumara age. How then, during his Pauganda age, could the boys have described this incident as having happened recently? The next one, O greatest yogi, my spiritual master, kindly describe why this happened. I am very much curious to know about it. I think that it was nothing but another illusion due to Krishna. O my Lord, my spiritual master, although we are the lowest of Kshatriyas, we are glorified and benefited because we have the opportunity of always hearing from you.
from you the nectar of the pious activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Suta Goswami said, O Shaunaka, greatest of saints and devotees, when Maharaj Parikshit inquired from Shukadev Goswami in this way, Shukadev Goswami, immediately remembering subject matters about Krishna within the core of his heart, externally lost contact with the actions of his senses. Therefore, with great difficulty, he revived his external sensory perception and began to speak to Maharaj Parikshit about Krishna Katha.
Anything to say? Shukdev Goswami, when it
That
was announced. Yeah, correct.
Parikshit Maharaj has been hearing every word of Shukdev Goswami very attentively. So he caught that particular thing that he said. After 1 year, they revealed. So he is asking.
It's like today I tell you something that happened 1 year back, as if it happened today.
Yeah.
How is that possible? Right? He was saying that why didn't they did whatever happened 1 year should have been talked about 1 year back, right? Why they are talking as if it happened today? So that was his question. Okay. Anything else?
And the Parikshit Maharaj is so, he's glorified, but he's said in the 43 verse, although we are the lowest of Kshatriyas, we are glorified and benefited because we have opportunity to hear from you the nectar of the, activities of Lord. So that is the humility, right? All the pure devotees, we see that in Bhagavatam is like, they are thinking that I have nothing. I'm very low. Even the 42 verse, one time the word is here is used, bruhi me. So I was long back, I was hearing one lecture from Amrendra Prabhu. He was talking about this verse that bruhi. We heard it, we hear in we read actually in the that also in seventh canto also, that even when Krishna is bruhi means that kindly you are. I'm very much, if you see and he was folded hands. He was asking, so you are surrendering. So the way one has to ask the question, even when the seventh verse 2.7, karpanya dosopahat, yeah. Ruhitan. So he says that now you tell me definitely what I have to do. I'm surrendering. So that is an ideal way to approach a spiritual master and asking a question. So everywhere is this word is used in Bruhi. Many places I have noticed.
Yeah, this is if you click on this word bruhi, it will tell you where this bruhi word is coming
Mm-hmm.
from. All the bruhi, so Bhagavatam everywhere. Kindly describe, kindly speak. It's like a request to please speak, please explain. Right. So yeah, that's how we should approach, right? We say, what is that verse? We should approach the spiritual master or the self-realized person.
Vidhi pranibhati.
Uh,
That verse. Tad vidhi pranibhatin pariprashnen seva. Upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas.
Pranipat is like in a humble mood.
Even
Okay.
when in the seventh canto that we are reading, and the verse Yudhishthir Maharaj, when he's asking to Narad Muni that, he was very surprised that how the Shishupal who is blaspheming the Lord and he's supposed to go to the hell and acquire sinful activities and he has to suffer in the hell for many lifetimes. But still he was getting a Sahuji Mukti. Why? What this wonder happened, this wonderful incident. So he was there also in one verse, I don't remember 21 or 22, some one verse is like they're talking about the same, that kindly, Bruhi word is used, kindly you speak, that you let me know why it happened and this wonderful incident. So yeah, Yudhishthira Maharaj is also asking the same way he was asking to Narad Muni. He was,
So I pasted the PDF for the last slide if you want to read about Agasur.
Okay. Yeah, I can read a little bit. In his previous life, Agasur was known as Aga, and was the son of Shankachura. He was extremely strong, and his bodily beauty was so striking that he exactly resembled Cupid. She was very beautiful. One time, Aga was in the Malaya mountains, and he happened upon Ashtavakra Muni, who was performing austerities there. At that time, Ashtavakra's body was uniquely bent in 8 places, and on beholding this particular deformity, Aga laughed. Who is the ugly person? So he was thinking, I am very beautiful. This person is so ugly. Becoming deeply displeased by this arrogant conduct, the Muni addressed him gravely. Oh fool, you will become a snake. You will become the ugliest snake on earth. Although I may have to bend awkwardly sometimes, I guarantee that in a snake's body, you will be forced to twist and curve for every movement you ever make. So snake is always going zigzag like that. Moreover, I hope that the experience of having a hideous form will help you to appreciate just how narcissistic and proud you have become. So also there is a narcissistic personality disorder, right? Where one person thinks very highly of themselves. And everything about their opinions and everything they think is perfect. So it's actually a disorder. They're constantly in need of appreciation. So quickly coming to his senses, Aga fell at the feet of the sage, begging forgiveness. Being pleased to see his change of attitude, Ashtavakra told him, although you will become a snake when Lord Krishna, who is more beautiful than millions of cupids, enters your stomach, you will be liberated. Okay, so that is. And what is anartha? There is the anartha. Anartha here. Cruelty, violence to others. Agasur, the demon who assumed the form of a gigantic snake. Sometimes we say gigantic, but it is gigantic. This G, the second G is like differently pronounced. Gigantic. I used to pronounce gigantic, but then somebody told me, no, it's not gigantic. It's gigantic. So this is G, and this is like J. Represents the malignant sinful mentality that desires to cause trouble and violence to others out of hatred and malice. Killed by Krishna, this tendency must be removed, being one of the offenses to Harinam. Yeah, we want to give trouble and do violence even more severe to others when we are having that mentality. It may be also called, what is in English? It's called the mentality to see others in distress and feel pleasure. What is the word? What is the word? Sadistic. Sadistic. To take pleasure in giving others pain. So that's why we are said that, what is that verse? Anudvega.
Param Vakya Sattam Param Hitam Cha Swadhyabhyasanam Cheva Vanmayam Tapochate. Austerity of speech.
You have to be truthful at the same time, pleasing, beneficial, like that. Okay. So killed by Krishna, this tendency must be removed. Being the offenses to Harinam. So compassionately. It's also the tone in which you say also matters. We say like that. Of course, we know Vidura spoke in a very harsh tone to Dhritarashtra. So sometimes required. Okay, so we will see. So let's see this cruel divide. Krishna Samhita. Compassion is hindered by the violence of Aga. Agas were the personification of intolerance and cruelty. Intolerance and cruelty is the sixth obstacle. Due to lack of compassion for the living entities, there is a possibility that one's attachment will gradually diminish. Because compassion cannot remain separated from attachment, the basis of compassion for living entities and devotion to Krishna is the same. So basically, those who have devotion to Krishna, they are titikshava, karunika. Karunika means compassionate. Titikshava, tolerant, compassionate. Titikshava, karunika. Surida sarvadehina, well wishing to everybody, like Krishna is. Ajata shatrava, they don't consider anybody as their enemy. Very shanta, very peaceful. And ajata, titikshava,
Sadhava Sadhubhushan.
Sadhava Sadhu.
Sadhava Sadhubhushan.
abiding by the scriptures. And like that. Okay, so we want to read Professor Sanyal. I think it's kind of the same. Okay, so anybody now want to say anything? We have till 9. What happened here? We have some time if anybody like to sing.
Will we not read 10 to 7?
We can read, but there's not enough time if you all want to say something.
You can read one verse.
Okay. 7:130, I think that's where we are. Kamad dveshad bhayat snehad yatha bhaktyeshware manaha aveshya tadagham hitva bahavastad katim gataha. Many persons have attained liberation simply by thinking of Krishna with great attention and giving up sinful activities. This great attention may be due to lusty desires, which may say like gopis, but it's not ordinary. Inimical feelings, like Shishupal. Fear, cons, affection, or devotional service. These are devotees. I shall now explain how one receives Krishna's mercy simply by concentrating one's mind upon him. So Krishna says, Tasyaham sulabham partha. One who fixes his mind upon me. Is that the word ananya chetaha satatam?
Yeah. Ananya cheta sattam yo mam smriti nitya tasyam sulabha partha nityayuktasya yogina.
So if you fix mind on Krishna, Krishna is very easy, sulabham, to attain. That's why we say all the instructions are meant to come to the point of remembering Krishna. Always. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 10:33-39. Vikritam Vrajavadhubiridam cha Vishnu Shraddhan Vitonu Shrunayat Atha Varnayed Yaha. We can say in the second line, we can say Yaha. Bhaktim Param Bhagavati Pratilabhya Kamam Ridrogamashva Apihnotya Chirena Dhiraha. This is Ya Apahinotya Dhiraha.
Also, the M with the dot at the top, isn't that na?
Yeah, common. Actually, like in Hindi, we write with the dot on the top, right? Yeah, we although we say kamam, but it is
It's
actually
Raman.
not ma. It is not ma. It is where is it? Kaman. Yeah, like manda, Like what is that? Kaman. So that is what is another word which has a dot starting? Manda is like that. Right?
Manda Sumanda Matayo.
Manda, yeah. So this is, although we say ma, like kamsa, we say kamsa, but it's kansa.
It should be kansa. Yeah.
Not
With the M, there is a dot at the
correct.
top.
So it is, yeah, many people say kamsa, but it is not kamsa. It's kans. So, anyway, so because we have learned the alphabets, right? So we know that Anga. Anga means with the with the dot on the top. Although in this English it should have it AMGA with the M and the dot on the top. We may say Amga, but it's Anga. Okay, now Darida Prabhu is giving us all this. So many, so we have to do. If a bona fide listener hears of Krishna's pastimes with the gopis, which seems to be lusty affairs, the lusty desires in his heart, which constitute the heart disease of the conditioned soul, will be vanquished. And he'll become a most exalted devotee of the Lord. Just by hearing the pastimes of Rajavadus, the gopis with Krishna, who is Vishnu. Although he is Krishna, idam cha Krishna, something like that, but they're saying Vishnu. Vishnu doesn't have any pastimes with the gopis. But to show that this Krishna is Vishnu, is the Supreme Lord, right? It's not.
That's why in that Vrinda Devi, we pay obeisances. Vrinda Tulsi Deva, Priyakeshvasya cha, Vishnu Bhakti Prati Devi. Satyavataya Namona. So then some people say Krishna Bhakti. Actually, that Vishnu applies to Krishna. Here in this verse also, Vishnu is Krishna.
Vishnu Bhakti.
So they say that we should not change verses, and some people say Krishna Bhakti Prati Devi.
Yeah, Prabhupada said like that. Some people say it is also Krishna Bhakti, but I don't know if there is some scripture. It is there, Krishna Bhakti, but it is Vishnu Bhakti, yes. I was actually told by Lalita Mataji one time when I was in the beginning, many years back when I was saying, she was probably used to saying Krishna Bhakti. But I said, this is how we have learned. So, if a bona fide listener hears of Krishna's pastimes with the gopis, which seem to be lusty affairs, the lusty desires in his heart, which constitute the heart disease of the conditioned soul, will be vanquished. But we have to hear from a proper source. And he'll become a most exalted devotee of the Lord. Otherwise, it can create negative also. If one who hears of the gopis' lusty behavior with Krishna becomes free from lusty desires, suddenly the gopis who approached Krishna became free from all such desires. But they didn't have any desire like that. So we don't know why it's saying suddenly the gopis who approached Krishna became free from all such desires. So Prabhupada is saying anybody who approaches Krishna even with lusty desires will become free. Similarly, Shishupal and others who are very much envious of Krishna and who constantly thought of Krishna became free from envy. We say Kubja had lusty desires for Krishna.
Yeah, so there's a material lust and a spiritual lust. So Kubza is example of the material lust because she was attracted to the body of Krishna. But of course, she get that.
Although the word kama is used, but this kama can mean like lust and also material lust also. But it is, this is about the kama in the heart of the conditioned soul. Yeah. But sometimes it is also used, kama is used for gopis getting attracted to Krishna.
Yeah, in the next verse only, Narad Muni said, like the gopis, they were lusty for Krishna. Gopis, by their lusty desires, they got purified.
Yeah. So Shishupal and others who were very much envious of Krishna and constantly thought of Krishna became free from envy. Actually, this Gubja was actually who was
Shrupnakha.
Because she wanted to marry Ram.
Mm-hmm. And she also got purified by the touch of Krishna. Gupja got purified. Yeah.
But did Krishna go afterwards to satisfy? I don't know. It's something like that.
Yeah. He went to satisfy Kubja.
Yeah.
But he touched her. And that touch of Krishna purified her.
Yeah.
No. He said that I will come to your house. When first time he came, he said,
I will come later.
I'll come later.
So that's why we have a chapter in Bhagavatam. Yeah. Krishna visits the devotees. He went to Akrura's place, he went to Kubja's place.
Nanda Maharaj and Mother Yashoda were fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness because of affection. When the mind is somehow or other fully absorbed in Krishna, the material part is very soon vanquished. And the spiritual part or attraction to Krishna becomes manifest. This indirectly confirms that if one thinks of Krishna enviously, simply because of thinking of Krishna, he becomes free from all sinful reactions and thus becomes a pure devotee. Examples of this are given in the following verse. Okay. So, any comment? Okay, so we'll continue with this. Any other thing you would like to add?
Although we say that the only thing that cannot be used in Krishna's service is envy. Envy of Krishna has brought us to this material world.
But Shishupal
But
was envious of Krishna, right? They say envy. For envy, we give the example of Shishupal. Hiranyakashipu for lust. No, Hiranyakashipu for Hiranyaksha for greed.
Greed.
Something like that. So Ravana for lust. And but of course, it's all interconnected. You cannot have one without other. The starting point is lust. That's why in the anarthas they say kama, krodha, lobha, moha. Right? So kam will create krodha if it is not fulfilled. It will result in
that's
lobha if it is fulfilled. It will result in moha, in illusion also. All these things. So everything will come from kama.
correct. So I have this thing pasting it.
Okay.
What each demon represents. I mean, Hiranyakashipu is anger. Hiranyaksha is greed. Ravan is lust. Kumbhakaran is false ego. Shishupal is envy. Dantavakra is pride. So like the 6 anarthas and the 6 forms that they took. Jai and Vijay. But I was talking about that verse which says that, Kam Krishna Karma Apane. Even if we have lust, we can use that in service of Krishna. Krodh can be used, greed can be used. But envy cannot be used in service of Krishna.
Yeah.
We have
Envy
to
is also
destroy
because
them.
of lust only, right? Envy because I want to enjoy like Krishna. So
I want
enjoyment.
to be the center.
Center.
Yeah.
That's kind
And
of.
I'm not happy seeing other people being put in the center. And envy towards Krishna is shown as envy towards others in the material world.
Yeah. So devotee is non-envious. If he's really a devotee, then he's non-envious.
We should be
Because
happy seeing the advancement of others and others being praised. If you feel suffering that others are being glorified and praised in your heart, then you have to evaluate. I still have envy, and Krishna, please remove my envy. Then I cannot taste bhakti, I cannot taste Srimad Bhagavatam. Because Bhagavatam is realized by only those who are non-envious, as you are saying. Dharma projita kaitavotra.
okay, so anything? It's 9 o'clock. Want to share anything? You can do 15 minutes. Anybody like to share song or anything they want to say? Or normally you sing and then if anybody else goes to sleep.
I mean, I can sing, but we have Nityananda Triyodashi coming. If you want to read a pastime of Nityananda Prabhu, it's fine.
That will take, I want to read the Thieves pastime, but it will take some time. You can sing the Nityan Prabhu song.
I pasted. Yeah. So this is Nadiya Godrume Nityananda Mahajan. Nadiya Godrume Nityananda Mahajan. Patiya che naam hat jivera karan. Nadiya Godrume Nityananda Mahajan. श्रद्धावान जन है प्रभु राग्या भाई मांगिए भिक्षा बोलो कृष्णा भजो कृष्णा करो कृष्णा शिक्षा नदिया गोद्रु में नित्यानंदा महाजन अपराध शून्य होए लोहो कृष्ण नाम कृष्णा माता कृष्णा पिता कृष्णा धन प्राण नदिया गोद्रु में नित्यानंदा महाजन कृष्णे रासम सारा कोरो छाड़िया नचार कृष्णे रासम सारा कोरो छाड़िया नचार जीवे दया कृष्ण नाम सर्वधर्म सार नदिया गोद्रुमे nityananda mahajan. Translation: In the land of Nadia, on the island of Godrum, the magnanimous Lord Nityananda has opened up the marketplace of the holy name, meant for the deliverance of all fallen souls. O people of faith, by the order of Lord Gauranga, O brothers, I beg these three requests of you. Chant Krishna, worship Krishna, and teach others about Krishna. Being careful to remain free of offenses, just take the holy name of Lord Krishna. Krishna is your mother, Krishna is your father, and Krishna is the treasure of your life. Giving up all sinful activities, carry on your worldly duties only in relation to Lord Krishna. The showing of compassion to other souls by loudly chanting the holy name of Krishna is the essence of all forms of religion. So, land of Nadia, on the island of Godrum, Nityananda Prabhu has opened a Namahatta. He is selling the holy name of Krishna. In another song, he says that you can purchase it by faith, right? He says, "O people of faith." So only if you have faith in the words of Guru and Shastra and Sadhu that you can actually take up the holy name. And this holy name is meant for deliverance of all fallen souls. That's the only way of deliverance. Hare Nam Eva Kevalam. And then Nityananda Prabhu is begging everybody. He is the greatest preacher. And this is how somebody needs to preach, as a beggar. Not that I know the scriptures, I know the verses, here I can teach you these. No, I'm a beggar and I'm begging you, please chant the name of Krishna, worship Krishna, and teach others about Krishna. And you chant Hare Krishna being careful of not committing offenses. Otherwise, there is very little or no progress, or it can go in the opposite direction also. Like the weeds remain. If the weeds of anarthas remain and you water the weeds will grow. So you have to endeavor to remove the weeds of anarthas also. So try to not commit offenses. And so he's reminding everybody that Krishna is everything for you. Krishna is your mother, Krishna is your father, Krishna is the treasure of your life. And you should endeavor to give up all sinful activities and carry on your worldly duties, whatever your duties are as a father, mother, and all. You do it in relationship to Krishna. You keep Krishna in the center of all your relationships. Don't forget Krishna, otherwise it will become Maya if you want to remove Krishna from the center. Then Jiva Daya. So Nama Ruchi, Vaishnav Seva, and Jiva Daya. These three things Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give us. Jiva Daya is compassion. And how can you show compassion to all the jivas? The best compassion is by loudly chanting the holy name of Krishna so everybody can hear and they can get purified. And that is Sarva Dharma Sar, essence of all forms of religion. Prabhuji, you would like to add something?
No, this is just I'm thinking.
And you are on mute.
Oh, okay. The Godrum represents, I think, the 9 islands of North. Each represents.
And 9 processes of devotional service.
Yeah, Shraddha Mulye Shuddha Naam Shehate Te Bikai. That's what you were saying there. The other song, Shraddha Mulye Shuddha Naam. So faith, how much faith you have in Krishna and his words, that to that degree is your advanced, basically. So we have Komal Shraddha, right? And then we have intermediate Shraddha, and then we have Atut Shraddha, you could say. Atut Shraddha means unbreakable faith. So if you have that, that's more advanced.
Yeah, so Kanishta, Madhyam, and Uttam Adhikari are divisions are based on faith.
Faith also.
Kanishta's faith is very easily shaken by somebody says something and his faith can be shaken. He can take up another process. But Madhyam Adhikari's faith is not shaken, but he is not fully versed in scriptures. Uttam Adhikari is fully versed in scripture and he has the topmost faith. He can never be shaken.
Correct. even in the midst of the greatest difficulty, Guru Napi Vichalyate, he is not disturbed. That's very, very, very advanced devotee. Like we see Prabhupada, how he was so Krishna conscious. Even amidst all the, he never lost faith in Krishna. Sometimes it's very difficult because reverses happen in life, and then you may think, well, I've been doing devotional service. How is this happening? Krishna can remove, and knowing that Krishna is all powerful, he can remove everything if he wants. And nothing happens without the sanction of Krishna. Then why did Krishna? I mean, sometimes I feel like that for other devotees who are serving so nicely, and then they get into some very difficult health issue or something like that. I think Krishna, why? But we don't know. And it can happen to us also. So anybody, it can happen. But this is also.
So Prabhuji, Shraddhavan Jana hai, Shraddhavan Jana hai. Nityananda Prabhu opened the marketplace for everyone, and one Leela is Jagai Madai. So they don't have Shraddha, but
Yeah.
Nityananda Prabhu did not consider that as a criteria, right? Whether one has Shraddha, one doesn't have Shraddha, he just. So here I'm just thinking like in the translation, it says, "O people of faith."
Oh, people of faith, yeah.
So that's where I'm little not understanding why we need to just say people of faith.
Correct. Yeah, I mean, he was going everywhere.
Even in that song, was it Boro Sukhir Khabogai, right? Like the price to get the holy name is one's faith. He's selling in the marketplace and paste that link of that song.
He was going
Shraddha
door
is the
to door
first step.
also. He was going door to door. And Madhav Kanda Prabhu is saying Jagai and Madai didn't have faith.
Actually, Madhai's heart changed when he saw that Nityananda Prabhu was so compassionate that he was hit by the stone. Still, he is asking him to, like, his heart transformed a little bit seeing the compassion on Nityananda Prabhu.
Jagai's heart definitely transformed. Madai hit, and Jagai's heart transformed.
Yeah, Jaga, yeah, I forgot which ones.
Yeah, Madai was hitting the clay pot.
Yeah, and then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was merciful to Jagai first or Madhai first?
Jagai, because
Yeah, he stopped him from
Nityan
throwing
Prabhu
another
said he
stone.
saved my life actually because he stopped Madai from hitting again. Right? Madai was
Mhm.
hitting again.
Yeah, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was merciful to Jagai. Yeah, so
Like we say also that, what is that verse? Preme Matta Nityananda Kripa
Uttama Adhama, which will not correct.
So that's
He wants to give
he wants to
holy name. But whether somebody would take it or not, that is our own free will. That is by one's faith. He wants to give to everybody.
he would roll in the dust, like, and he would go back door to door taking a straw between his teeth, like that. So he wants to give everybody. Yeah, here it
So
is
that,
saying Shraddha Vanjana, here Shraddha Vanjana.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the other song also I pasted in the Bodo Sukhar Khabu Gai. The second verse it says, he's selling the pure holy name in that marketplace for the price of only one's faith. See, so there is mercy coming through the spiritual master, but then there is also our free will to accept that mercy.
Yeah. Nityan Prabhu is running. They say, right? Krishna says, you come here, then I'll come towards you. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, you stay there, but I will come, I will go after. Something like that. Some marks, the analogy is there. Nityan
Yeah, yeah. Amrenda Prabhu was saying, yeah.
Nityan Prabhu
Yeah.
runs
Nityananda
after.
Prabhu, you just come and show up like for exam. So Krishna says you have to perform well in the exam. Then only I will give you good grades. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, you come and you attempt something, you will pass. And Nityananda Prabhu says, you just show up your face. And Prabhupada says, you just stay at home and you will pass. Something he was saying. So Prabhupada's mercy is even higher than Nityananda Prabhu's mercy. So Nityananda Prabhu says, just show up and you will pass. And Prabhupada says, you just stay home only and then you will pass. And becoming our acharya is making it more easier, right? The process and more merciful.
Yeah. Does anybody else like to share anything? Any song? Anything? Anybody's there on the call still? Everybody left.
I'm here, Prabhuji.
Oh,
I'm
Tina
here.
is here. Tina like to share anything?
No, Prabhuji.
There's something from Ramayana that she heard. She has been watching Ramayana.
I mean, the Ramayana, only the part was Bharat Maharaj, Bharat Prabhuji, right? He's so humble, right? Like how the brothers were fighting each other for their happiness. That's what connect to me a lot. Like what we can learn from the Ramayana. You have to be very humble. You should not think about yourself. You should think about the other people. Doesn't matter if your mothers are different, but still their love for each other was amazing.
Yeah, Bharat is the hero.
Yes.
The Amarendra Prabhu was saying Shatrughan is the hero. Why? Because he was serving Bharat, servant of the servant. Because Shatrughan was like Bharat, he stayed in the cottage, right? He was saying, I will not enter the kingdom and I will not eat. He was only eating barley and cow urine. That's what Bhagavatam says. Because Lord Ram was just in the forest, not able to eat anything good. So that Bharat also took that vow. I will not eat anything nice. Barley and cow urine, Bhagavatam says. And then this Shatrughan was serving Bharat menially. So he says that the greatest hero is Shatrughan. Das Anudas. And Lord Ram was very pleased with Shatrughan.
Das Anudas.
And I think Shatrughan was a Sudarshan, Krishna, Vishnuji's Sudarshan, right? He represent as I think Bharat Prabhuji is Kongshal, and Shatrughan is a Sudarshan, and Bharat, no, who's the other one? Lakshmanji is for that Shesh Nag. Is that correct, Prabhuji?
Yeah, Anantasesh, yes. I mean, yeah, Balram's first expansion, Anantasesh, yeah. So, Lakshman is Balram.
Same Lakshman is Nityananda Prabhu.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else like to share? Preeti like to share anything? I don't know if she's there or not. Okay. So we'll stop here. Thank you everyone for your
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare